the inner X expansion. So if you're out for a walk and you notice one leg's getting tired or one ankle or one knee is bothering you, it's really important to look deeply into these hidden tensions that are boiling over as these asymmetrical discomforts and problems. The root holdings are boiling over as your localized pain. That's my proposal. That's my suggestion. So let's look deeper. Yeah, so let's have a movement we can do standing. First, we need an assessment. Hands like this. They can close up and they can open. Now, we could make that breathing. We could squeeze some air out. We could take a gentle breath in. And that's like breathing space. The breathing space is closed. For the exhale, the breathing space opens. Got it? This time we're going to think about the fingertips on one side, the heel on the other hand. As we squeeze the air out, we can see that there's the potential for a complexity. Let's bring that awareness to the torso. You could have one hand on the shoulder and one hand on the hip, and we could squeeze the air out. Gentle breath in, breathe those apart. Does that know how to breathe apart? If it doesn't, practice the side bend, practice the S4 sequence, practice the space maker. Those are some of my other videos that can help you do that. Again, we're going to try this side. Close it on up. Hands get close together. One side closes its armpit to side belt loop. Gentle breath in. And again, this other side. Which side is hesitant? Try it again, but back off the effort. Do it with more discernment. Do it at an effort level where it almost doesn't know how to breathe into that space. How gently could you breathe in? Now let's try the side that knows how to breathe first. And closing on up. Okay. This big C curve. Breathe it apart. Breathe upper ribs, middle ribs, low ribs. Breathe into the low side waist. Okay. We're going to breathe in on this side. Closing it on up. Look very carefully. Which is the most stuck place on your stuck side? Where does it not know how to open? For me, today, low ribs. Where is it for you? That's the question. We could be stuck in a simple C curve like that. Armpit lowers to that same side hip. But we could be stuck in an S, a subtle S. Find your stuck side that wasn't so able to breathe. As those ribs pull into the body, as they lower down, they're not just going straight down to that hip. They're going across through the body. If you had a plate of spaghetti and you stuck a fork in it and twisted it, if you stuck that fork right there and twisted that spaghetti, it sort of rolls in. These ribs pull into the body. What's on the other side of the globe? Well, for me, it's sort of this hip or maybe these low side ribs on the opposite side. These are pulling together. Let's look a little bit more deeply into these inner X lines. Hand on shoulder, hand on opposite hip. As these ribs lower to that opposite side, in a way, it's like you're shifting your shoulders over that way and your hips are going the other way. And likewise, we could try gently as this shoulder lowers down, hips go the other way. See if that's easy or more difficult. And then we can go this way, say, oh, what do we got? Okay. Now back off the effort. Which way is easy? Here we have this beautiful S curve. Okay. And we go this other way. For me, doesn't know how to go. Which is more stuck for you? Is shoulder shift one way, hip shift the other way? Let's make it breathing. Go the way that's easy. Squeeze the air out from upper ribs to the opposite hip. Gentle breath in. Does your brain see that as easy breathing space? Let's compare it to the other side. Close it on up as best you can. Ribs pull down to this opposite hip. Squeeze the air out. Gentle breath in. Different. For me, this is very easy. And as I close this up, my brain just doesn't understand that could be easy breathing space. So let's have a movement. We're going to do a standing movement. This is not about maintaining your balance. Totally good to hold onto a tree or a kitchen counter or a chair, something like that. It's like you're looking in the mirror, or you may be the opposite. You can figure it out. These ribs really like to close as it pulls to this opposite hip. One hip, that hip lifts up a little bit. We're not lifting up the knee. We're lifting up the hip. It's like the side belt loop comes up into the body. This rotates up in. These ribs are going to rotate on down. Hip comes up, ribs pull toward that lifting hip. Squeeze the air out. Gentle breath in. Breathe those apart. Ribs lower down and that opposite hip comes up to it. It's pushing these apart. It's pushing this further down into the ground. It's pushing this up and away as these get closer together. As these come together, these come apart. Access the lost breathing space. That's the whole point of my whole method of somatics. Where we're stuck is where we're not breathing, and it feels like normal to you and me. You can teach your brain that those places are breathing space. And if you don't teach it how to acquire that easy breathing space, if you stretch it open, it's not going to have any lasting effect. This time is breathing, and we're going to breathe in so gently, so slowly. What section, slices of a loaf of bread, what section doesn't know how to open? Gentle breath in, closing on up. Shoulder to opposite ribs. That side belt loop comes up and it rotates into the body. The ribs rotate down. They meet in the middle. This line of force, closed space. Okay? Then slow, gentle breath in as that opens. Gentle. Is it a surface? Is it a section through the middle? As you breathe through the body, this inner X space, could you breathe that apart? For me, it's like a little bit the low back diagonals aren't knowing how to open. So find where it doesn't know how to open for you. Might be ribs don't know how to open. Might be front diagonals, low abdomen. Might feel like it's in the very middle of you. Make sure you intentionally close that. And we're going to focus the lesson the next time on exactly that space that didn't know how to open. So gentle breath in and closing it on up. Ribs lower to opposite hip. Shifting the shoulders over, shifting the hips the other way. Beautiful. Slow breath in. Could everything open all at once? Where does it not know how to open? Don't force it. Breathe. For me, I'm breathing that long, low back open. I'm going to close it up a little bit more, make it a little bit extra low back focus. Close where you need to close. Let that open. For the last one, we're going to do the most powerful method that I've got. Okay? We're going to do the save the day breathing release with that space. I'm going to explain it, and you can try it if you want. But for me, this has made the most powerful, durable change in my own scoliotic bend. Plan it out with me first. We're going to be closing that space, and we're going to hold our breath until the brain feels a little desperation and the need to breathe. When we finally do breathe in, we're going to breathe in sort of quickly, and we're going to only use that line, and we're going to let that line save the day. And such a vivid reward, such a spectacular rescuing that the brain will say, that's such a valuable dimension to know that I can breathe in that line. That line saved the day. So I'm going to count down from 20. If you want to hold your breath longer, you can, or if you want to only hold it for 10 seconds, but find a little desperation. No need to suffocate yourself. Find a little desperation in the system and then open. Okay, so here we go. The gentle breath in. Breathe that apart. Shoulder to opposite ribs. Breathe that line apart. And squeezing all the air out. And just keep squeezing every drop out. Tighter and tighter and tighter. How close can it get? Ribs fold down. Hip comes up to push the air out. Okay. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick breath in, only using that line. let it open, let that save the day. That's an experiment. I don't know your specific situation. I encourage you to be creative and break the rules, or take what I teach and take it 100 light years past what I'm doing. So let's try it out. We can close on up. And does it know how to bend the other way? Is it easier? What have you got? Does the S go both ways? What place isn't opening? Is it more in the back? Is it more in the front? Is it more through the middle? Is it more ribs? Is it more waist? Those are the places you need to focus on with your teaching. Teach your nervous system out of these hidden tension holdings. That's what you've got to do. Don't be led off the path by the localized problems. The root holdings, the constrictions of your breathing space, whether it's stuck in rotation or hunching over or arching back or lines through the body that make sway back postures of a sunken chest along with an arching back, one side closed, even a triple bend, closed, closed, and then closed over here. So it's 3 contractions. Are all of those easy breathing space? Free that, and I propose you'll be addressing the roots of your problem. It only makes sense to me to address the roots. That gets the best results. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I'm Eric Cooper, InspireSomatics.com. Blessings on your journey. I feel like I'm looking way too down at the camera. Hold on a second. This is horrible. It's a little bit, needs to go a little bit over to the side. We're not lifting up the knee. We're lifting, here's, who knows? I'm not teaching this very well today. I'm so sorry. Well, as you, oh no. It can't do it today. We want to look at the inner. Wow, man. Okay. I'm the worst somatics teacher ever. And it's raining, and there's frogs and stuff. I got the wrong side of the tree. I'd have to go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, my job is not to babysit you through somatics. It's just to suggest some possibilities. This is so complicated. No, we're doing it. We're doing it now.